What is happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I have a special video for you to coincide with Mail Day, which I haven't completely brought back, but recently I received a very bulbous box from our good buddy Nick West that is full of these old baseball card rookie repacks, something that takes me way back to my past and my childhood. It's something I remember seeing on the peg hooks and shelves at department stores like Kmart, Hills, and Ames, something I was always so excited to get and to savagely tear into. And Nick West actually bought out an estate or something of that nature, a whole U-Haul full of stuff. And these were some of the things that were contained inside of that collection. So major shout out to Nick West for shipping all these my way. This is only a small glimpse of what we have here. There's still a bunch more in the box. So tonight we're ripping into these, seeing just what kind of rookie cards we can find. As you see on top here, we have a Smoltz 89 Topps rookie, Todd Zeal. I probably would have done practically anything to get my hands on this rookie pack back in 1990, as he was a big name along with Ben McDonald, Marquise Grissom, and maybe some other guys we will see in this rip. But Nick sent a note along with this box. He said, "Hey, John, I'm hoping I found a nonsensical product. Mega cards you haven't opened on your channel before." And you're right, I've never opened these before on this channel. I could be wrong, but either way, I've included a crap ton of them. These seem pretty difficult to find on eBay, so I'm hoping they'll be just as prestigious and live up to the legendary and also elusive yak packs. There may be even a no name on front in these. How crazy would that be? I've also included some older wax wrappers to add to your collection and a few rare extras I've come across in my travels. Have a good one, Nick. So, courtesy of Nick West, you're the man. I'm very excited to open these. I almost don't want to open them because I'm all about preserving the past and relics like this. So I'm going to keep at least one or two of these sealed, but we'll rip into the rest. Nick also sent a Ziploc full of older wax wrappers, 1972, and a bunch of other ones in there, 70 in the back. We'll check that out a little bit later. A sweet Zima collectibles is actually a pin or a button that lights up. Promotional Zima item. I remember like when I was a little kid, I was like so obsessed with drinking Zima, and I think when I was like 15 or 16, I had one or two. Sorry, Dad. And I was like, this tastes like shit. It tasted like, I don't know, just like a sour version of Sprite. And Nick also sent a Topps matchbook. How sweet is that? No clue what era this is from, but avoid careless talk. Pretty freaking cool. So those were some extras tossed in. He also included a poster as well. I don't know if I can show this on the screen, but it's a Zima poster. Pretty ridiculous. Almost looks like a Magic Eye poster. But enough out of me. The reason we're all here is to get to rip. We've got Lee Team Racer in the house. Says, who's winning the season's Dancing with the Stars? Topanga or Corey Feldman? What is going on, Lee? You know what? I heard Topanga was going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Didn't know Feldman was going to be on there, so I got my money on Topanga. No doubt about it. Check out League Team Racer, Mikey G. Thank you for posting a link to him. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. And let's get down to business. A lot of these have dust and dirt on them from just being stored over the years, and I have no idea what to expect, but let's get a closer look. So the green packs have 30 different cards. These were made in Canada, so you'll see some French on there, and then we have a couple of these bulbous jumbo packs that have 55 different cards. We got Belay 11 on top of that one, and I was kind of looking at the packaging before I started the video, but it says no reprints. You have 30 original cards, and the backside caught my attention because we have a little bit of history about rookie cards. Back as a kid, I was obsessed with getting rookies, and that's kind of what got me back into the hobby back in 2013 to buy all the rookies that I could only dream about owning as a kid. Rookie cards scored the biggest gains with annual investment returns averaging 40% during the 1980s. Individual rookie cards values can be unpredictable. Kevin Mitchell, Topps rookie, was worth a little more than a dime when it appeared in 1987. Now his card has soared to $3. Dave Stewart, Mike Scott, and Frank Viola rookie cards drew little interest from collectors when they were issued, but have recently increased dramatically in value. Wonder what it was the time this was printed, which I'm thinking is about 1990. So you go on down to history. It talks about Mantle's 52 Topps. It's not really a rookie card. It's the first Topps card, but in mint condition is now worth about $6,500, which is way different than today. While one in average condition is only worth around 1,000. Even more recent baseball cards vary in value due to condition. A mint Mattingly Donruss rookie card sells for around $65. It's about what they are now, but one with just a few light creases may only be worth $5. Then we have French below that, made by Sharon or Charon. I don't know how you pronounce it. Probably Sharon, since they're from Ontario. Back in what I think is 1990. Because I saw a 90 Tops card, maybe 91. These look like they could be 91 Tops in the back there, but I'll shut up now, and we'll get down to it. We're opening all these tonight, minus maybe one or two, but thank you again to Nick West for making this rip happen. The bubbles have yellowed. Let's see what we have in here. It hurts me to open these, but let's give them some air after all of these years. So I was actually wrong, because I see 92 Tops peeking out at us. Actually, that's 91. So maybe they produced in 91. Let's see what we got. Can we find a Frank Thomas? Will they give us any big names from back then, like Travis Fryman, Delano DeShields, John Barfield, 91 Tops, Al Osuna? I feel like I remember that being a pretty decent card at one point in time. Paul Gibson, Gold Cup. We got some 89 Tops in here. Mike York, he always creeped me out. I see some 1990 coming up. Russ Swan. Or will it be all commons? As if we don't open enough 90 Tops here as it is. Jeff Jackson. Mickey Weston is in there. The Mickey Weston rookie card shows up. That's nuts. In the very first pack, Scott Medvin. I always like this card because of the background. So, yeah, definitely made 91, as those are the newest cards in here. Machado, the dorky antics of Sherman Corbett, Todd Burns. There's Dave Hollins. That one is not a rookie. His rookie was in 1990 Tops traded. It was a hot card back then, and I feel like I had it. I swear at one point in time it was like $2 back in Beckett, and it was in a top loader. You can guarantee that. Sil Campusano. He adorns the top of some of these packs that I've noticed. We got Boomslang also in the house. Alton in the house. Remember, for 17 months is What's Up, Brother? What's going on, Alton? Check out Cards, Cars, and Guitars. And also A Mess of Things. Remember, for 56 months. Robert, thank you very much. Check out A Mess of Things. These are kind of tough to open. I probably got to bring in some backup here, if I can find it, amongst all the wreckage. Probably make it a little easier. Try to do without cutting the cards. Figured these would pop right off of the cardboard backing. But not the case. So we're going to be here for a while as I savagely try to claw my way through these packs and give them some air after all these years. So let's see if we can, I really doubt they're going to, we're going to see a lot of the same cards in here. I looked on eBay. I only saw one pack of these available, about $10 plus shipping. Mike Fetters, but there's Kevin Ritz. Can we find a Juan Gonzalez in here? That's not a Steve Finley rookie. His rookies were in 89 releases. Monet, what's going on? Remember, for 1 month, says hello. What's going on, man? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Tyler Houston, some 89 Tops. And Jose Alvarez. There's Sherman Corbett again. We're probably going to make some guys omens tonight. I can almost guarantee it. Greg Olson was a hot rookie back then, though. There's no doubt about that. Trevor Williams also in the house. Trevor, what's happening, man? Says, I'm rooting for a miracle, no name on front Thomas tonight. How crazy would that be? I'm trying to pop these out of there, but it's not going to work. My luck, I would manhandle the pack that has the Frank Thomas. Well, I'm just going to slice my fingers off with these things. We're going to be here a long time. These definitely are not easy to open. It'll be a big old mess when we're all done here. Alvarez again. Jeff Bittinger, the card that has creeped me out for quite some time now. Paul L. knows exactly what I'm talking about. Directly off the set of The Hills Have Eyes. Mike Smith, we have some 89 Donruss now popping in here. Jeff Innes, that is a rookie card. But can we find any of the big ones from this era? Bichette, rookie card. I was definitely going at one point in time. McFarlane. Tim Pierzynski from 87 Tops. Campusano again. McClendon. There's some 88 score in there. Greg Harris, rated rookie. Eric Nolte. and Wayne Edwards ending that pack. Robert Herb says I should start a repack company. Yeah, these were the earliest of repacks. Now repacks are literally everywhere you go. And even back then as a kid, I knew that these sucked. I always thought there was a chance that I would find some decent stuff, but I knew deep down that they were going to be all commons, as typically they always were. I learned my lesson, I think, after the first one I ever bought. Cards, Cars, and Guitars says the hills have eyes. Appreciate you, Alton. If you have not subscribed to Alton, please do so and check his channel out. He hasn't made a video in a little while, but I'm sure he's got one coming up pretty soon. He actually just won the PSA 9 Patrick Waugh recently that I did a Raz on. And check it out, our first rookie card shows up. Back then, if we pull out a Beckett from 1990, I mean, I could do that, but I don't really want to leave everyone hanging from this time frame. Craig Biggio rookie wasn't really worth much, and he looks pretty bummed out about it, but all these years later, we know him as the Hall of Famer, and that is one to put in the rookie box if you don't have it. And it's a card you can get for pretty cheap these days, regardless, but still a good one nonetheless, and the best one we've seen thus far. Sergio Valdez and that creepy side-eye. Can't escape it. Be crazy if they put some Desert Shield tops in here. Not Desert Storm, but Desert Shield. Campusano again. So we got a Biggio rookie already. The next one, we have 88 Dunross showing up. Just feel like there's going to be some bloodshed here tonight on the TPIA studio. We got 88 scores. Maybe we'll find a Glavin rookie in here. How about it? Be pretty sweet. Gem Mint 10 Biggio was pack pulled, repack pulled. Does that still count? Don August. I don't know if I've ever seen this card in my life, which is crazy, but there's something about him that's really irking me right now. Keith Hughes. There's Darren Fletcher yet again. Lloyd McClendon. And Rustis Estrada. We did not like him at all back then. We just thought he was absolutely horrible and despised him. I feel like I still have that card from my childhood collection. It's all crinkled and creased up because I did not like him. Chip Hale. There's Mike Fetters, rated rookie from 1990. Here's a good one. Bill Long with a sweet old school White Sox logo. The only problem with this card is the Winston offensive signage is cut off, and he looks pissed about it. Trevor Wilson. Close, but not Trevor Williams. Rick Reed. Paul Kilgis. Randy McCammett rookies in here. Oh, this is awesome. Stan Belinda rookie card. There's that one yet again. Stan Clark. Weird cut on that one. Wes Gardner ends that pack. Paulie D's in the house. What's going on, man? Chatty says, we didn't have Woolworths. We have Ben Franklin. I never heard those other stores. I've seen, and I remember seeing Ben Franklin when we would go on vacation places, and I was like, what is that? And we had a Woolworths, I think. I don't know if we had one like locally or not. I remember seeing those also on vacation, and I was always wanted to stop because I knew they had cards. There's the Wild Gunslinger, Kevin Wickender. Steve Cummings. There's that one again. Jeff Robinson, Austin Mocker. There's Spanky LaValliere. His rookie card from 87 Tops. John Cerruti. Can we find a Chipper Jones in here? That would be interesting if they decide to put one in. So it's really, there's a Billy Ripken rookie. It's really the same exact sets. And I don't know if we'll really see too much. Look at that. Randy Johnson rookie shows up. So first Biggio and now a Johnson. Pretty freaking awesome. Didn't expect to really find those. And then Brady Anderson rookie, which was definitely a hot one at one point in time. We got Brian Smith in the house. Says, hello, John and friends. What's going on, Brian? Welcome. You are just in time for the cardboard debauchery. We have begun. Things are heating up. We pulled 2 rookies from these packs thus far. Let me put these off to the side. There's no room here. There's just junk everywhere. Matt Winters on the front of this next blister pack. And if you didn't grow up in the late 80s and 90s, then probably, I guess, well, they do make blister packs again now. You can go to Dollar General and buy them. When we were down in Maryland, I stopped in there for something else. Saw some 2023 blister packs. It's something that kind of came back in the last few years, but these were pretty popular back then. They were always a pain in the ass to open. Just pulled the Charlie Sheen Dirty Needle relic. Keep the Smoltz pack sealed. I'm going to. Yeah, I wanted to keep at least one of these just because I have good memories of going into the store and seeing these and like just being stoked. And I definitely would buy some of them here and there, but I think I was more into buying packs of on 90s Upper Deck and Score and stuff like that. And look at that. Our next good rookie shows up. Kurt Schilling, 89 Donruss, his one and true only rookie card. Very nice. So 3 on the count. I've already Jeff Bittiger again. We've already exceeded my expectations. Devereaux, and this is definitely a Mandela effect because I know this card did not exist back in 1989. I've never seen it my entire life, and I've looked at 89 tops for 30 plus years now. Randy Bacchus, definitely made up entirely. John Davis, Mark Lemke, and there is the faded Matt Winters. Montgomery Ward. Yeah, I have a memory of Montgomery Ward. I remember my dad buying a DVD player there. That was like when they were on the way out. They're about to close, and DVD players they still weren't like a household item, and they were kind of expensive back then. My dad had bought a DVD player from Montgomery Ward's, and I think before he even bought it, I bought The Cable Guy on DVD. I had never seen it, and I was like obsessed with watching it or seeing it. So I bought it on DVD, and I had to wait until my dad bought the DVD player, like it was a couple years later, I want to say. It did not disappoint. I definitely watched it a lot. Gary Sheffield. Do we have a Jose Lean rookie in here? It looks like we do. And back in this era, I would have been so pumped on that card. I love this. Jose Lean was my favorite player for several years there. So, John Smiley. We're looking for other cards in here as well, but I guess we wouldn't find Smiley in here. Phil Stevenson, his limp-wristed antics. But you never know. Mickey Weston, Stan Javier, Chris Carpenter, and Doug DeCenzo. So I leaned out of that pack. I almost don't want to open this one either because of what a hot item that would have been back then. I'll have to think about that one. He was 87 traded. That's what I thought. I thought he was an 87 traded. It's a card I don't see all too often, so he might be in here. I haven't noticed any 87 tradeds yet, but it'd be crazy if there's like a Maddox in here. The Medina is an air. Go back for it. What was the air on the Medina? Out of curiosity. I don't know if I've ever heard about that one. Bunch of 91 tops. Carl Rhodes. There's a second-year Larry Walker, so that one's definitely not a rookie, as we all know, because we see his rookies nearly every month on the 90 tops obsessive rip. I've seen that card a bunch now, and I used to like that card a lot back in the day because of the background. I think it's just a sick-looking photo. Shane Andrews. Ron Tingley. Looks like a deviant. Wetland, Wally Whitehurst, and that creepy albino-like physique. Capisano, Sherman Corbett again, and Ty Griffin. And a few years back, I remember seeing in a local antique mall had a Ty Griffin 88 tops big as USA card for $5. I think it's still sitting there. It was actually the same exact showcase in that antique mall that had the $30 Ken Hill that somebody probably bought. I don't know. I don't know if the guy just took it out of there because it sat there forever or if somebody actually paid $30 for that card. Hopefully somebody paid $30 for it. I can only hope. Ken Hill deserves that. Chad, what's going on, man? The next pack. This plastic is crumbling to pieces. Is that Jose Alvarez yet again? Yeah, we definitely have a lot of urine-stained blisters here. Jeff Bittiger, that creepy-ass card, just keeps surfacing. We're probably going to see that a lot in this video. And a lot of the same cards, Jeff Innes, and kind of the same collation. So these are like the early Yak packs. Essentially, they're the same thing. Except you have more cards per blister. And I'm not really exactly sure how much these went for back in like 1991. I'm guessing probably, I don't know, maybe like $2.99, somewhere in that range, I would think. Wayne Edwards. Ends that pack. Robert Herms says, I would have bought that $30 canoe. And here's the first jumbo fat pack. So this has 55 cards. We also have Upper Deck added into this one. So that's a little change up. And then on the back, it talks about the 52 mantle. The Honus Wagner recently sold for $110,000. I know a few years back, the Honus Wagner, the T206 sold. There was one that was ripped in half that sold, I think, for $2 million. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Mesa Thing says, this is the first day I've seen ads in live chat. I didn't even know those were turned on, man. I didn't even know you could turn on live chat ads. Not something I did deliberately. I have to look into that, so thank you, Mesa Things. There's a link to his channel again from Mikey G. Subscribe to him. Check out his Minute Rips. They've actually double bagged it here for us. The hell? Is there a seal on here somewhere? They really don't want you to get inside of here. Let's see what we got here. Nothing more front, possibly, before I slice my fingers off. Any JC rookie cards in these packs? It's always possible. It is always possible. Let's hope so. Nick West says these are fancy. They wrap twice. Yeah, it's probably protecting something real good in here. Maybe find a Sheffield. They probably wouldn't have given us a Sheffield rookie back then. Raphael Belliard. Lots of 89 tops in this pack. Gary Ward. Ozzie Guillen. There's Vaughn Hayes, my arch enemy. Still to this day. Not sure why. Butch Weiniger. Saw a lot of his cards in the Yak Pack rip. What was that? Was that last night? All my days blend together. Bill Madlock. There's a Smoltz second year. Barfield and Upper Deck. Change of pace here. Double bagger. They found my ex-wife. There's Pat Sheridan. So they gave us some 90 Upper Deck. Here's a short print of Don Paul. Darnell Coles was real stoked on that card as a kid. Myers, Jack Clark, Keith Comstock, who's had several interesting cards throughout his career. Ken Howell, back to 88, 89, 90. Frank White, and look at this. They gave us an 83 tops. Chris Welsh. Looks real bummed out in that photo. Gibson All-Star card. Hojo, Glenn Davis, and we have Greg Briley from 1990. The All-Star insert. Very interesting. Way to end that pack. Mesa Things says, Minute Rips are the three bros of card videos. Mesa Things, I like your Minute Rips, man. And I think a lot of people like them because I know that most people don't have a long attention span. That's a fact. So they kind of just go from video to video. You kind of have the right idea. They're making quick videos. Probably a better idea than me of doing long ones like this. I think a Mesa Things is getting not too far away from 2,000 subs, I believe. I'm going to check him out. The link from Mikey G over there. Jump on his bandwagon for his Minute Rips. The next pack. We still got so many of these to go. So many left. So many chances for no name on front in here. The stakes are high. More 90 tops. No Sosa in here, just Mickey Weston. And a lot of the same cards like that Sherman Corbett. I don't know if I'll ever get tired of seeing that. So this is like identical collation to an earlier pack that we opened. And of course the card stock of a lot of these is pretty gritty. So as of now, I'm keeping these two sealed because those resonate with me. The Smoltz pack is sweet. The Todd Zeal takes me back. We got a Bly 11 Jumbo Fat Pack here. 55 cards. Colin says, John Butcher, let's go. John Butcher hasn't turned up in any packs yet, but he's still sitting here hanging out. The 4 Butchers from the other rip, and I think, what, 7 of the horse-kicking Larry McWilliams. The stakes are high, and so am I. Brian Smith says. I think this is one of the last jumbo packs that are in here. Jar Wathan. I don't know if we'll see any of him in here, as his rookie was in the 70s. Is that an Allerud? Nope, Billy Hatcher. Crazy leg McWilliams. How do you even bend your leg like that? It's nuts. Carmelo Martinez. Brian Fisher. It's not the $10,000 Brian Fisher from 88, though, unfortunately. But love 89 tops regardless. Always will like that set. 88 tops. I'm not a huge fan of this set. I never really have been. Not really sure why. Just never, the design never really caught on for me. Gary Pettis. Not too often I see that card. Boomslang says, who owns the rights to the Combs videos? Boomslang, how do you even know about the Combs videos, man? How did you find those? Check out Boomslang's channel. I haven't seen anything from him lately. But Boomslang's always busy. He's got a whole operation scanning and selling cards nowadays, slimming down his vast collection that extends from floor to ceiling. Very impressive. But how did you find the Combs videos? I always thought about posting the Catacombs videos on this channel. I didn't know if people would really care for them, though. Joe Sambito, first time seeing an 86 in here. Winfield All-Star card, Davis Hershiser, and Mickey Tettleton. Ends that pack. I feel like 87 has way more Mandela effects than their year. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that, man. We have, so many more of these to open. The blister is kind of falling off here. I see a Jeff Bittiger, though. It's always a good day when you see Jeff Bittiger. Thanks, Boomslang. I made those a while ago. There was 2 of them of our old skate park that we had for almost 9 years. A lot of good time spent in there. Steve Finley. There's Kurt Schilling rookie again. Pretty sweet. 2 on the count for Schilling. Jeff Bittiger. Eric Nolte. They have a new car smell. I haven't smelled the packaging yet. I probably should. Maybe I would somehow get sucked back into 1989. I wish. Now, they kind of smell like cigarettes. They kind of smell like stale cigars or cigarettes. Or like this guy. Kind of what he smells like at all times. And that's definitely how he smelled whenever I adopted him. It's been 2 years now, Pee-wee, since I adopted him from some weird flea market in Ohio. I almost didn't. The adoption fee was $5. He was dirty. He reeked of cigarettes and booze when I found him just laying under a box at the flea market. I call Mandela effect. This is definitely one. I've never seen that card in my life. Mike Lloyd. Very unsettling feeling looking at that photo. That's out of all the 87 Topps photos, like, whoa, what's the significance of that one? It's different than all the other cards in the set. Jose Lean rookie yet again. Jack Lazorko visited your school. That's pretty nuts. Manny Hernandez. There's a Scudder short print. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to give us any Olerud or Fryman, Marquise Grissom, Delano de Shields. Those were the really hot rookies back then. Everyone wanted them. People were literally stabbing each other in the school lunch lines with the sporks. There were spork attacks daily trying to mug each other for Delano de Shields rookies. We got so many more of these. Wes Gardner on top of this one. I think we've seen this one before. Todd Stottlemyre Jr. Kevin Romine starts this one off as that creepy Don August again. Keith Hughes. We've seen this Darren Fletcher a lot. Paul, I'll put that on the Omen watch list. Actually, the Omen list. We've seen this like 6 times now. McClendon. Destrade again. Mike Fetters. Is that Bill Long? Wilson, Rogers, Reed. Kilgus. And McCammon rookie shows up yet again. It's like Jim Belushi. He does look a lot like Jim Belushi now that you say that. The resemblance is uncanny. The next pack. This one's got Greg Olson on top. Can't get my fat sausage fingers into the cardboard here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Jeffries rookie, I don't think they're hooking us up with that. Or Jerome Walton. I don't think you're getting those out of here. Every time I see that Kevin Ritz, like I know Juan Gonzalez is supposed to be after it in wax packs, but it looks like they took that out on us. Seen a lot of that Al Osuna, too. I feel like that should be an Omen. David Segui, Fetters, Ritz, Mel Stottlemyre. There is the second year of Steve Finley. Jetman says not a chance that Jeffries is in these. That's what I thought, man. There's no way that they're giving you that card. That was worth way too much. Back then, that was worth what you paid for the pack, basically. I feel like I remember back in Beckett in what year was it? 1990, 89, where the Jeffries, I think it was in Beckett. It was like a $2.50 card, and we can actually prove that right here, right now. Let's see here. We have, let's pull out, we'll pull this one out. The Beckett Archives. Here's one from 1990. Let's see what that was going for. You got Griffey on top of this one, July 1990. I always want to make videos going back through Beckett's because it was such a big thing. But his 89 tops, what was that at back in 1990? Let's see. Ramon Martinez was at 60 cents back then. Where's the Jeffries? Mark Grace first tops card was a big one back then too. $1.75. The Bob Welch Air recognized in here at $4. Sheffield was at $1.25. So you probably won't find this. Okay, so back in 1990, Greg Jeffries cards were kind of dropping. I never understood this either. So this is like you have the one column which was like near mint. And then you have the mint column. So if you had a near mint Jeffries for Future Star first tops card, it was on the rise, 90 cents. If you had a mint one, it was $1.50. It was declining. So 86 Sportflix, it was really dropping. Mark Davis, that's Bo Jackson, $1.50. Mark Gray's cards were pretty hot back then. Will Clark stuff was hot. Let's check out one more thing. The Bob Welch Air is actually the missing text on the back. I have one of those. I'll be selling at the next auction I found in a recent collection. The one I'm kind of curious about is the Griffey. And look at this. So 1990, we have, where's it at? I thought I just saw it here. No. The Frank Thomas 91 front was not recognized until 1991, I want to say. If I can, this is what I wanted to see, 89 per deck. So Griffey rookie in 1990 was $18, and on the rise. Ron Martinez stuff was going up back then. Randy Johnson stuff was starting. Dale Murphy reverse negative, $125. Was worth way more back then. Pat Sheridan. I don't think I have that air. It's one I've seen before and kind of wanted to pick up. $40 back then. So cool to go back through and see just what kind of cards were valued back then. Todd Zeal rookies were all the craze. Jerome Walton, Jim Abbott, $7. His 89 per deck was a pretty hot card back then, but put that off to the side. I don't want to bore you guys, although I do love doing that. That was like an everyday thing for me way back then. Here's a different color pack here with Tim Raines on top. Also has 30 cards. Yeah, the 89 Monty Ferris was definitely a big one, too. Talk Jerome Walton to me, baby. So there's a little different of a color scheme on this pack. We got an 84 tops. Bob James in there. And we got some different cards, at least. Tracy Jones looking a lot like Rex Hudler. Cappy's cards going on, man. More 90 tops. The hideous antics of Zane Smith always work their way into anything that I open, ever. This is kind of cool, though. O-Peachy. I don't see these all too often. At least I never do, especially in a repack. I bet they didn't even realize that was an O-Peachy card. Pretty cool. Be sweet if it was a bigger name. Tom Foley and Kevin Gross. We have 89 score rookie traded in here. So that's kind of a cool one, too. Haven't seen any of those yet. Couldn't have been a Griffey, of course. Tracy Jones again. Looks like he just got done like changing someone's oil at Jiffy Lube. His face looks like it's all dirty and greasy. What the hell? Dennis Martinez. And look at this. They gave us one of the weird blue bordered highlight sets from 1987. Pascal Perez. McGaffigan and a random 82 Fleer. John Milner. snuck its way in there. So interesting. And more of these packs we got, a whole bunch. My Canadian Heart. This Scott Medvin has been like in almost every pack. Tracy looks like he wants to cry as much as Lemke. He definitely does. Be a very messy cry since he's covered in grease. The O-Peachies were always loaded with Expos and Blue Jays. I could believe that. Jose Lean rookie again. These would have been hot packs for me as a kid. There's that creepy-ass Mike Loindigan. That card does not fit in with the 87 top set at all. It looks like it's freaking AI. This is a conspiracy. That definitely looks like AI. His face is way too shiny. That face was computer animated at some point in time. Bob Tewksbury, Doug Strange, and more 90 tops. Eric Hetzel. Something. I thought there was something sticking in the back of that one. Phil Stevenson with that limp wrist. Gets me every time. Mickey Weston. These are Mickey Weston hot packs. Doug DeCenzo. Lloyd is a creepy ass name. It definitely is. It's weird. There's another Ty Griffin pack. Foxy, what's going on, man? It's like Tron. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's real weird. Give me just an icky feeling overall. Some more 91 tops. Same exact collation. There's that Walker Gold Cup yet again. And Pat Combs. Seen an awful lot of this card. That's what I understand. Like, I get it when they're cutting cards off sheets and putting them into packs and why they'd be flipped upside down and stuff. But like, if you're making repacks, why are you putting cards upside down in there? Are you just slopping them in there that quickly? There's that Corvette again, and there's that Ty Griffin. Any Desert Storm Expos, it could happen. Anything's possible when you're ripping early 90s repacks. Rediscovery says, meet me at Taco Bell. You're making me want to go there. I actually kind of have to go to Walmart to get like one thing when this video is over. Luckily, Walmart is positioned like 500 yards away from Taco Bell. So I very well may go there. Thank you very much for the suggestion. My blood pressure will thank you for it later. Rick Reed, Paul Kilgis. There's the Rain Mechanic yet again. And a lot of repeats and dupes in that pack. What else do we have? Another Ty Griffin pack. There's the Wild Thing Mitch Williams. Oh, look at this one. Man, that was another hot one for back then. I don't know if I want to open that one either. Eric Anthony and Todd Zeal. Come on. You deface collecting history by opening those. That one's pretty sweet. So, haven't really had any hits in a little while here. Unless you're counting all the Jeff Bittiger cards we found as major hits. Walmart here has a Taco Bell in the same lot too. It must be like a nationwide thing. Because Walmart's open till 11. You guys remember the days of like Walmart being open till all the time, actually, 24 hours a day. It's always so nice if you had to go in there at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. There's no one in there except like maybe a handful of drunk people staggering around. And yeah, now it's only open to 11 here, so they know Taco Bell is also open late, so the two of them work hand in hand to bleed you dry. Ty Griffin. My Walmart has a McDonald's inside the store. I think we used to have that too. The one Walmart we has a Subway in it, and the other one closer to me has a Dunkin' Donuts, actually. But I only go to Walmart at like 10 p.m. because I don't feel like dealing with a whole bunch of people. Like if I go there during the day, I just want to like literally shoot myself. People everywhere cutting you off with carts, and just it's freaking chaos. So I don't go there during the day ever. And it's usually if I do go there, I just like need to buy like 2 things. Then I'm out. Terminator Junk Wax Skynet sends AI Mike Loin cards back in time into repacks. Something like that had to have happened. It's the only explanation, the only logical one at that. Sean Abner rookie, Mike Stanton rookie cards, Gary Varsho. This card always had me scratching my head, just the placement of the bat and how he took that photo, if that was on purpose or not. I'm hoping it was. Mike Diaz. I think Mike Diaz is kind of a precursor for Bonds and 87 Topps packs. I don't know why I think that. I'm pretty sure he's like in the same pack or before Bonds in the order. Doug Jones, Alosuna, he's definitely an omen. We've seen that like 100 times tonight. Dwayne Ward and some weird orbs on that one. Steve Finley. Is this from the update set? Nah, it's from the base set. I don't really remember seeing that card much either. And there's Wild Thing Mitch Williams. And in that pack, it's late. The janitor shift is over. Yeah, I've not seen the janitor. Maybe they replaced him. Yeah, some sort of phalanges are getting sliced off tonight with these packs. For a second there, maybe I'm just tired, but I thought that said Bill Honeymoon. That's what we'll refer to him as from now on. John Cerruti, trying to look very, very cute in that photo. Not really buying it, on my end at least. Terry Mulholland, McFarland, and there's Brady Anderson rookie yet again. Billy Ripken. There's that suggestive Gary Varsho again. Travis Dowdy is hoping for a Mike Wolford rookie card. Travis D, what's going on, man? We got a Biggio rookie. Appreciate that, Travis. Biggio rookie again. So we got 2 Biggios, a Johnson, and 2 Schillings. Javier, Mike Stanton. You're just in time for all the fun, Travis. What do we have left? We have, what, I think like 6 or 7 more of these. Not kind of the ones that I refuse to open to preserve our nostalgic heritage here. Jeff Brantley. The cat is watching also. I love to hear that. Cangelosi, Jeff Robinson. Could not look more bored in that photo. Jeff Innes, rookie. It's just repeats of the same cards over and over again. This is where 3 bros learn their tactics. Bob Malachy. We've probably seen that at least a dozen times at Dave Island. Although I do like that card, so I'm not too upset about it. Put those off to the side. And the next pack, it's Greg Olson again. Banking on a Johnny Walken fuss coming up. I think Dan Berryhill. No signs of Dan Berryhill yet. Another guy I did not care for. Sport for a Dork. They just dumped a bunch of 91s on us here. Keep thinking that these are sticking together because the card stock is so coarse on a lot of these that they're hard to shuffle through quickly. Steve Finley yet again. The only one front is in that Zeal pack. Wouldn't that be something? Or in one of those packs? Yeah, no sign of Frank Thomas. We've seen lots of nutty tops, but they're not giving that up. No Barney Williams, no Juan Gonzalez. No 90 tops traded like Dave Justice. Dave Justice is also a big prospect back then, so I figured they wouldn't give us any of his cards. And that's typically, like, I thought these were so cool, but once I think I bought a couple of them, I was like, yeah, this is full of crap. And then pretty sure focused my efforts on saving my allowance for, I think it's Wilson Alvarez is an error card. I forget what the error is. It's nothing too crazy. I think it's statistical. I focus on buying packs that just weren't full of Mickey Morandini cards over and over again. Kevin Wickender, Sil Camposano. Ends that pack. We have, what, 5 left. And, of course, he's been on like 10 of these. 5 of these packs left. And 2 of them have Ty Griffin. Let's check out real quick this other little bag that Nick West sent me. I want to see what else is in here. I've not looked at these yet, but we have a bunch of old wax wrappers. 72. And this one is, I'm not even sure what year this is. Looks like that's 1973 wrapper. 1980 wrapper. Another 80. Nick, I'm wondering, do you open a box 80 tops? Or some of these 70s, there's 85 Fleer. And this one is 74 tops. This is 79. Very, very cool stuff. I will keep those too. I will keep wrappers, especially of boxes I'll probably never own, like 94 SP. These boxes are like, I don't know, $700 or $800 now, and I love that set, so can't bring myself to throw away the wrappers. Probably because I'm just a hoarder. I can't throw away things like that. And it makes perfect sense why I'm surrounded by junk everywhere. Never gets easier. Yeah, 70s wrappers in general, I love stuff like that. It's so freaking cool. I actually found an empty box from 79 in a flea market like a couple of years back for $1. I was like, that's awesome. Still have it. Yeah, I used to have a wrapper collage at one point in time, and then I never quite finished it up. I'd like to have an actual pack collage, get one pack from each year. I'd probably do all of the brands, do Donruss and Fleer along with Tops back then in the early 80s. Greg Harris, as a master collector, if I have a wrapper from that year in the binder, it will go in the binder. That's a good idea. Sherman Corbett and Ty Griffin. The understatement of the night, I still have it. Still have it all, Mikey. You guys know me all too good and well. Nick West says, we opened some random 70s and early 80s packs on the hunt. The packs are marked with a post-it on the back. That's right, I did see that on the back of the Ziploc. I didn't realize that was for all the packs. Biggio rookie again. It's the fourth time seeing that one. So, pretty cool. We still found some notable rookies in these packs. It's a pretty bad DeCenzo miscut. I like that one. Greg Olson. The side eye of Valdez. Morandini wrapper box right next to my rookie box. Is about all the packs. Avoid the 88 score wrapper. Like the plague. 88 score wrapper is awful. The tamper-proof 88 score. Well, back then, I mean, I'm sure that card dealers and card shop owners, the sleazy ones, would probably just put a piece of tape on the back of them. But that's why they did that, though. They're the first, only company to do that with the tamper-proof packaging, the plastic wrap, cellophane, that you couldn't search. You couldn't search and seal back up without it being noticeable, at least. Like I said, you could put a piece of Scotch tape on there, but, I mean, who's going to believe that? I'm sure some kids did. Walker Gold Cup. Seen a lot of this. Pat Combs also. Do I save any sealed repacks? No, not typically. I was going to save that Yak Pack box just because I'd like to have one in my sealed wax collection, just because of all the fun we've had with those over the years. I don't think I've ever seen that John Dobson in my entire life, which is weird. Sherman and Corbett. I'll never not see that when I close my eyes at night. Ty Griffin. We have 2 left. And I'll keep 3 sealed. We got Smoltz on one, Eric Anthony and Todd Zeal. These cards were freaking amazing back in 1990. So the Smoltz, I like that one. To keep it sealed in my like rack pack and just Hall of Famer on top rookie collection that I've been building up over the last year or so. I see John Tudor 87 Tops when I close my eyes. I did for a long time, and that's moved on to John Butcher now. Although we didn't see as many of him as the freaking... Oh, there's Zane Smith yet again. The John Tudor. Brooks, McClure, Dan Billardello. Always hated him because of his 89 Fleer card where I thought he looked cocky. So, didn't like him ever again after that. Fitzgerald... Tracy Jones, the greasy and dirty mechanic. Tim Wallach. They gave us an 81 Fleer. I think that's the first 85 Tops we've seen. Dave Palmer. That's random. Last pack of this rip. I don't have anything else to open except for a whole pallet of 88 Donruss rack packs. Waiting for us to rip into them. More expos. The last pack, so shout out to Nick West again for sending this bulbous box my way so we could rip into these and relive our childhoods of rookie hunting. John Cerruti. There's got to be a Jeff Bittiger in the last pack. Come on. Don't leave me hanging like that. Cards, Cars, and Guitars says, John, Taco Bell at me tonight. Send a tip. Oh, and thanks, man. Well, I think it's been decided I'm definitely going there. And look at that. The last pack yielded some magic. We got another Johnson, Ron Jones, and Brady Anderson. So I don't even know how many of those packs we opened. I didn't even count them, but we yielded 2 Expos Johnson rookies, 4 Biggio rookies, and 2 Kurt Schilling rookies. There's a link to Cards, Cars, and Guitars. Check out his channel and subscribe. So not too bad for something that I really honestly thought we would find nothing but commons in here. We didn't find another one front, probably because it's in this Todd Zeal pack, but we'll never know because I'm not opening those. I'm keeping those to put on display so I can always remember the good days and the golden era of collecting, for me at least. So I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you again, Nick West. And hopefully tomorrow night I will have a video on the most recent collection that I bought over the weekend. And then later in the week, the collection that I've been promising you for 2 months now, we'll do that. And Wednesday night, a live card sale. So a bunch of videos coming up here soon. Stick around for that. You guys freaking rule. Hopefully I'll see you back tomorrow night.